Right. Hello, everyone, and we are live for our fifth Substack live, which is on the topic how to prioritize
Prioritize.
joy and ease in life.
Hi
Yeah.
everyone, welcome back after 10 days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't do the live on our usual Friday because I was busy preparing for my upcoming men's retreat, and I had to. We have There's a lot of logistics that we have to take care of about the place that where we are doing. So I had to go somewhere in order to make that uh, make it possible for the retreat to happen on time.
Yeah, that's why we are meeting you on Monday. Otherwise, we chose Fridays as our usual meeting time. Um, and yeah, we are 5 minutes late also today because we both were feeling a bit overwhelmed and we took our time to calm ourselves so that we can be our stable self, relaxed self while we discuss on today's topic.
Hmm. Yeah. So diving into today's topic, and it's just so funny if if people could see how much we prepare for the lives that we come up for. But why is it that what were like how it would be different if we were to prepare more and then speak on a topic?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point to begin with because that itself highlights the ease and joy with which we have been doing these Substack lives, right? So yeah, I mean, if we were preparing as in using our minds about what questions to ask to each other or what answers to give, then I think a lot of spontaneity
Hmm.
or the in moment wisdom which we end up sharing with each other that would have been lost.
Yeah, probably just like this question.
Yeah, exactly. It just came on its own, right?
Yeah. So, where do we start this topic?
Let's first talk about what exactly is joy and ease. Because I think we don't take enough pause and that sort of self inquiry we do much, you know. We don't about these words which we keep using around so randomly, right?
Mm,
That what is joy? What is ease? Or if not that, like for you and me,
mm,
and for the context of this discussion, what are we referring to when we use the words joy and ease?
mm. Yeah. I think that's a very beautiful point, or very beautiful direction to go in.
Mhm.
Do you have any follow-up questions to me on that?
You share what do you mean by joy and ease? Like when you are using these words, what is
Hmm.
that essence you are referring to?
Hmm. Hmm. So I think joy and ease. I didn't think of this before, but I think they are very synonymous to me in the way I what they mean to me. They are very synonymous because when I have joy, definitely I have ease, and when I have ease, it's easy to find joy for me.
Beautiful.
So for me, it's more about being because everything for me is about inside out.
Mm.
So it's not joy is not like excitement that I'm showing I'm very happy. It's more about what are the thoughts that are going in my mind and like how I'm showing up on a day-to-day basis, like or how I am reacting when life is giving me challenges. So for me, and how much playful I am. I think that's also very much part of being joyful and being at ease for me. So right from how I wake up, and um, not always I wake up in a joyful state, or not always every time I'm in a joyful state. And but like now, what has started happening in my life, that I know a lot of ways, or um, I have a lot of tools, or a lot of rather awareness also, because if I'm aware of what are the emotions I'm feeling, or how relaxed I am, or how stressed out I am. So if I have awareness that okay, maybe I'm not in such a relaxed state and I'm very much aroused, mentally aroused. So what can I do to be relaxed, to become more relaxed? And so much of what I do, the part of my job as a life coach, is that it cannot happen if I am very much stressed out, or if I am not taking things easy.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the end, of course, it's about beingness, but there's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of things that I do in order to stay joyful and stay peaceful. So yeah, there is a lot, but I think that's what I can share. What's coming to me right now.
Okay. That makes sense, and I relate to most of it. Like for me, joy and ease, I don't feel that they are that synonymous to me. Like in the phase of the current journey I am at, I don't find them that synonymous. But what I do find is joy is more like an effect of ease. Like because for me, and I'll be very honest, I am making myself well versed with these words very recently only. Like it's been what, some few months only since I have started focusing that okay, what is ease, what is joy, where I am disconnected with joy and ease in my life. And it's been a few days only when it
Mm,
occurred to me that probably going down the line, one of the main intentions for me to create my life will be ease.
mm,
Okay. And that is very interesting for me to observe that I chose ease, not joy, because in my mind,
mm.
joy is the after effect
Oh,
of ease.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
And when I say ease, I don't mean a very happy go lucky vibe. Ease
mm,
means whatever is happening here is here. It is not creating huge disturbance within me.
mm,
Or even if it is, like, because obviously, if something is happening which is making me sad, let's say I'm crying with ease. It's not creating earthquakes and tsunamis in me. And even if it is, let's say it just brings back some grief of a lot of like years back, I am in the presence of it with ease. It's like and then because it is something which I am recently very actively building my relationship with these days. So I can just uh, feel that I lack the right words to describe it just now, right? But if I just push myself a bit, I'll say that ease is in a way the opposite of fear. Okay.
mm,
Or to simplify it further, the next level of ease is where everything is just the way it is and you are totally okay with it, be it fear, be it happiness, be it anything.
mm,
So just to tie the all the open ends, what I'm trying to say here is ease doesn't mean that you will not get unsettled by whatever life brings your way. It's just that while you get unsettled, you don't lose the connection with yourself. That, in the shortest way, what I mean by ease.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the more I practice ease, you know, the more I realize that it indeed is all about having that connection with myself and being in awareness of it each moment. So yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Very like not very clear answer, but yeah,
But yeah, yeah, somewhere I got it. Is it more like, accepting what is?
yeah, accepting what is. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
think, one thing which, because I used to think in this way, so I am just assuming that many people may also think in the same way. Ease doesn't mean lack of struggle as in the outside world. Like struggles, the general definition of it, they keep happening. Challenges, like you are
Hmm.
preparing for the men's retreat, I'm sure you must be going through a lot of challenges, hiccups here and there. They keep happening, but they don't affect you because you are in the
Yeah.
flowing state.
Yeah. Now they are more like part of the process rather than
Yes,
challenges or
yes,
struggles.
yes,
It's part of the journey. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so meaningful or so joyful or
yes,
so satisfying if there were no challenges. And
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So many times, like if I start with why it is difficult to find ease and joy in life. And yeah, so many times it is because we expect the life to go in a certain way,
Hmm.
or we predict or we imagine life to go in a certain way in our minds. And it never happens like that. How we imagine it in our mind, it hardly ever happens like that. And there is so much which we are not able to predict or
Ah,
comprehend before,
yeah.
which comes later.
Hmm.
And that's also part of building awareness. So many times, learning from your mistakes, learning from your experiences. But I feel that so many times, even though this is happening again and again, where you predict reality to in a certain way, but it does not happen the same way. But it's we don't learn from that. We
Hmm.
still want the reality to be the way how we have predicted it in our mind. And the moment we let go of that, it becomes easy. It becomes easy to face challenges. It becomes easy to deal with them. And it also emotionally also, yeah, you can be affected. But see, there is thing that sometimes you are, yeah, sometimes you are not at all affected, but sometimes you're too much affected, and sometimes you're a little bit affected. So it's more about how how to move forward. If we if we look at from a very logical lens, how do we move forward? And so many times it's even though you are emotionally affected by things not happening in your way, logically it makes more sense to find a way to how, but yeah, because we are at the end we are emotional creatures, so we also need that emotional, I would say, intelligence to navigate those emotions.
Yeah, yeah. It's like clearing that fog of emotion so that the rational mind can lead you to the clarity which you need to manage whatever that situation is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But most importantly, I think we are not holding on to your thought created, like your reality, which is predicted by your thoughts. You're not holding on to very tightly,
Hmm.
then you will not get that much affected.
Yeah, accepting what is
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
coming back to accepting what is.
it is that. And I think the topic, the discussion about ease and joy will become redundant if this topic of accepting what
Hmm.
is clearly grasped. Like
Hmm.
if you can just accept what is happening the way it is happening, and and you accept it not out of denial or that feeling of
Or,
losing against life,
or suppressing your emotions.
suppressing your emotions, or out of victim mindset.
Hmm.
Not nothing of that, but you accept because you come to a point where you realize that whatever is happening is exactly happening the way it is
It's
supposed to
supposed
be,
to
and it
happen.
is happening for your best. And I think what's more important is understanding that the lenses with which we categorize something happening with us as good or bad, those
Hmm.
lenses are highly affected by our emotions. So let's say if I achieve some success, I will be happy, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if that success was really for happy thing.
Hmm.
Similarly, if I go through some bad experience and I start cursing life, or why is this happening with me, whatever, I don't know in what ways it is happening for my own greater good, you know. So being aware of the lenses, like how many times you are using, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, these kind of duality words, right? That helps to understand how distanced or close you are in accepting the life the way it is.
Hmm. Yeah, I think, yeah, accepting the life the way it is, so much of, what is more important for that to happen. One is, of course, trusting the process.
Easier said than done.
But how do we arrive to trusting the process?
What is process and what is trust? I'll to begin from there.
Hmm.
Like again, what process are we talking about? And I think it is subjective. If for someone that process can simply be whatever is happening in their career at that moment, as career is the most troublesome for them. So,
Hmm.
and for someone it can be the grief they are going through because they recently lost someone, you know.
Hmm.
So I think for each one of us, trust the process, this phrase, in that the word process will mean a very different thing. And I think the best way to begin with is identify in what area of your life or in whatever situation uh, you are currently, which is making you most restless in
Hmm.
whatever way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to ask you, as in, what has helped you in trusting the process in different, regarding different circumstances in your life, and you can, use any particular example if you want to.
Oh, I can just don't ask me for examples. I will not stop them because last 1.5 year is all about trusting the process. Um, so for me, what has helped the most is understanding that I really don't have that kind of control which I like to believe I have. That's a groundbreaking truth to accept.
Hmm.
Especially again, it for me, I have always been someone who has believed that she can bend the reality the way she wants. Okay.
Hmm.
Earlier, that belief used to come by, like, that belief used to be based on my actions, my decisions, my choices, right? And today
Hmm.
also it is based on my actions and decisions and choices. But the difference is, earlier there used to be this hidden, sneaky fear that if I don't control, then I'll be lost.
Hmm.
If I don't control, I'll be lost. Even with that fear, I used to create certain experiences in my life which I used to desire. Okay. But that fear never went away.
Hmm.
Today, I still say I can bend the reality the way I want. But now I don't feel any fear because I know that I am not the sole creator of my reality. I am co creating it with life. So when
Hmm.
life is walking beside me, there is
Hmm.
nothing to be afraid of. So identifying that fear, understanding its sources, and then trying to uproot it, and then uprooting it is how I have moved forward in this whole journey of trusting the process.
Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Hmm.
You want to share uh, how do you begin trusting the process?
How
What was
do
your
I?
journey?
What was my journey? Okay, so yeah, for a long period of time, I was not even aware what all these things mean and how I was going about um, different things in my life. Uh, but I would say that one is that my I trying to control the situation. I think it was not so extreme for me always, and I always say that it was always easy for me to actually find happiness even when I was not into healing and all.
Mhm,
But still, my life was a I end up in a lot of struggle. There was still so many challenges that I was facing in my life,
mhm,
and I think the major part is also understanding the world. For me, what has worked, understanding the nature of our reality, the nature of my reality. I think I was very much believing in that matter, and that we are all separate beings, and yeah, there is no higher power and all those things. So when I was on this my own journey and I had my own experiences and I started understanding, okay, no, we are not just random human beings on this random planet doing stupid things. There is there is so much more going on, and as I started understanding and exploring that, I think so many of my beliefs start changing. And I think what has worked the most for me in order to trust the process is trusting the process when I was deeply hurt and in pain and
mhm.
struggling.
Yeah, yeah, nothing
That's
like it.
when reminding myself,
Mhm,
whether it's by journaling or whether it's by whatever method,
mhm,
is and also so many times how trusting the process comes as in, so it always comes when you have some desire, right? You have a
yeah.
desire, you're going in that direction, and let's suppose it didn't go as you were expecting it to go, and something completely different starts has is happening. So now also how much are you attached to that desire will determine how much you are getting hurt. And then also by when this all starts happening, it also led me to understand and discover that when something like that is happening, then I am giving power to something on the outside to control my emotions.
Mm,
And on this journey, I've understood that ultimately my work or my journey is all about bringing more and more and more and more power and be in control of my emotions. Like if I am driving and someone is, not driving in a way that I suppose to be driving, and I am getting angry or I am getting frustrated at it, or something else is happening where I am getting angry, frustrated, or sad or hurt. So somewhere, yeah, my I don't have somewhere that outside event is affecting my emotional internal emotional reality.
mhm,
And I'm not saying that you can completely avoid that. You like things like these will keep on happening, but I think if you are doing the work and if you're raising your awareness and if you have that intention and desire that no, I want to be in control of my emotional reality and I will not let it affect by external circumstances, then yeah, you start bringing that control more and more towards you. And then, even though you are hurt and even though you are uh, in pain, like when this used to have, like there were so many times when I expected a certain result and it didn't work out, and I was so lost to what to do now. And then the only thing I said that I I understand on a maybe emotionally or intellectually I may not be able to see it, but something within me knows that, or I want to believe in this reality that whatever is happening for my highest growth. And then believing in this, walking on this thought, even though I am not seeing the evidence of it, but taking that courage to walk in that direction. And then after a while realizing and sometimes it take months as well, but there is always evidence that, oh, why that thing didn't work out and why my life is still better. My life is much better than what I was expecting, because as you said, I also understood that I am not the sole creator of my reality. I'm the co-creator of my reality, and I think that is much better way, because so much limited in my mind. There's so the power within me, or the power which supports us, is infinitely so much more powerful.
Yeah,
And my thinking and my rationality and my logic and my what is good for me so many times is very limited.
yeah,
So yeah, understanding these things and just say just so many times just saying, not just saying but also matching it with my actions, that I'm trusting the process, I'm saying it, but also it should match with my actions.
mhm, yep, yep,
And I think that can only happen when I am in tune with my emotions and I am giving time to self awareness and I'm tuned with my intuition.
yep. It's all about slowing down. Ultimately, it comes to this one point always. Even we begin from like for today's topic, what is joy, what is ease, and now how it is related to accepting what is, which is another way of trusting the process. And if we really think about it, prioritizing joy and ease also comes down to slowing down. Because if you cannot slow down, how will you even understand where you are missing on joy and ease?
Hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think the major modern problems mentally which are we facing, which we are facing mentally and emotionally is just a consequence of not being able to slow down.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. I mean, and I think, that is why going back to the main topic, how to prioritize joy and ease, it's very important to first understand where exactly you are feeling that lack of joy and ease in your life. Whatever the
Hmm.
words joy and ease mean to you. Because ultimately it's all about that feeling of being calm, relaxed, not having to be like, okay, always on the toes, that sort of feeling. So if you can just first identify any one area, like always begin with the one thing that where you feel that sort of very heavy feeling of always being on toes, restless, overwhelmed, and not knowing the reason. That is the good point to begin with, and prioritize joy and ease in there. Now, obviously, the first, after the identification of that area, the second thing will be to understand why that particular thing is making you restless. And then the whole inner work begins from there. And then you can create those small pockets of joy and ease for you through that rational understanding. And gradually, as you keep working on it, you reach a point where you are now not just rationally, but also experientially creating those moments of joy and ease until it becomes your whole reality. So yeah, so I do want to highlight that it's a process. It's not that I personally feel that yes, you can find joy and ease in any moment, like right now also. But to sustain it, you have to go through this process. That okay, yes, this can be it. So yeah, I mean that's my short form of answer for how to prioritize joy and ease.
Hmm. I think for me, is like what I would suggest. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So what I would suggest is, uh, so mostly if you are a control freak, it will be very hard to find joy and ease in life. And so the first thing is to become aware why, yeah, where you are trying to control reality the way you want it to be controlling, and like you can begin from which area you are trying to control the most, or which area you are trying to control the least. But becoming aware in subtle ways where you are trying to control the reality. And I think one other thing that just came to my mind is, um, yeah, I just I just forgot it. So not trying to control and bring what I was about to say. Uh, because even if I let go, even no, right now, even if I forget, even if I let go what I was saying, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like in the longer scheme of things,
Do, you're giving a sense of nihilism. Nothing matters. But I get it. Like you are coming from the place how everything matters amidst nothing mattering, which is a very crooked way of phrasing this. But yeah,
hmm, hmm. Yeah, so I think yeah, one of the reasons that again why we lose that ease and joy is because we become sort of workers who are trying to fix things. And I mean, like, we have certain deadlines, certain projects, and certain desires to achieve in life. And then we are so fixated on that. And then we actually, that intention and to be, to prioritize joy and ease in life just goes for a toss. And then again, it's difficult to slow down. So, uh, how about if we go in a direction, and again, you can uh, say, like, you can disagree with me and give it a different direction. What if we go in a direction where how we can slow down more in life, or why we
yeah,
can slow down?
good direction to move towards because yeah, it comes down to this only how to slow down in life. It's like as long as we are just discussing the question how to prioritize joy and ease, it's more like we are playing in the branches. But if we really have to figure out how, we have to come down to the roots of it, which is how to slow down.
Hmm.
So give me your to keep it concise, give me your 3 tips to slow
I,
down in life.
I don't believe in tips. They don't really work. I
Okay,
what I believe is in the why of things, and not the how to do it.
so
So
that
because
itself
if you
is a tip, no?
huh?
Find find your why. That is tip number one.
Yeah, yeah, that can be the mind. That is always my tip to find your why. Understand. And especially for people who are very logical, I think why works very much better, because if they can see the reasons on why or what are the benefits that it is giving them, then
mm,
it's easier to do the how. Like Friedrich Nietzsche said it, if you can, if your why is strong enough, doesn't matter the how, you can bear anyhow.
mm.
So,
Okay.
and that is something which has worked in so many different things that I wanted to do, or things I wanted to stay consistent in, where if my why was very strong, it was easier to always to follow the how part.
Mhm,
So if I think about what is my why of slowing down, and I don't know how can I keep it concise, but okay, let me just try. So one is the simple. I have very much clarity on how I want to live my life in terms of that the on an experiential level or an emotional experiential level, which is to stay more calm, stay more peaceful, and stay more relaxed and stay more playful.
mhm,
So if I have this clarity, then whatever is affecting my emotional reality, whatever thing is bothering me, I will not be able to hold on to that for long, because my priority is peace. My priority is uh, joy, or my priority is in a way. All these things are in a way connected, and I also understand that when I'm slowing down, there is more space for my thoughts to exist. So I am able to see in a better way if this thought is bothering me, or if this thought is bothering me, or this thought is bothering me,
mm,
or if this emotion is something which I don't want to keep.
mhm,
Because if I am not slowing down, the my head, my mentally, it will be very much stressed up. Or let me just use the example of that sand water. If you keep a sand water or the muddy water in a container, and if you look at it, so it looks muddy, right? But if you keep it to settle, if you don't disturb it,
mhm.
the mud settles down, and the water, you can actually see, like there is the mud particles or the sand particles settling down.
Yeah, yeah.
So there is more clarity to see. So if I'm slowing down, I have also more clarity to see on a level where how my thoughts are affecting my being or my emotional state.
Mm,
Also, I feel when I slow down, I'm more creative.
mhm,
I am more creative. I am more joy. I am also able to find more joy, and I'm not running anywhere.
mm,
I'm more present, and I'm not lost in, again, in the lost in that, like I said, we become workers and then we try to fix things, and we are so much focused on achieving a certain desire and outcome, and that uh like we lose the sight of what is really important, which is the present moment, what is accepting what is. So yeah, slowing down also helps me see reality as it is, or being close to seeing reality as it is.
mm. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I can I can just keep on speaking why it's important to me, so I'll just stop.
so okay. So your tip is figure out your why to slow down.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So that will help people to slow down by just figuring out the why.
Yeah, yeah, that will help them, because it's always easy to find the how. It's not rocket science to slow down, to
Okay.
now on how to slow down. And even if they start, and if they're strong why, they will also find the how also. If they don't have the how, they will find the how if their why is strong enough.
All right. Sharing about my methods to slow down. I'll share what I personally use, and it's
Hmm.
not dependent on why per se. It is very moment to moment basis for me. I know that everything which is ramping up the speed of my inner system is happening here in my mind. So if I want to slow down, I'll have to get out of it.
Hmm.
And I get out of it to get into my body. That is my way of slowing down. And my path to go from here to here is breath. And again, it will look like a very, nothing new about it. What I believe is it is not new. It is something which each one of us knows. It's just that reminding yourself to actively practice it while you are in the moment of speeding
Hmm.
up.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
that is why I like to use very common signs. It's like, let's say, every time you pick up your water bottle,
Hmm.
you train your mind to slow down for 2 minutes. Just
Hmm.
keep deep breaths. So it is like creating those new neural pathways where you associate slowing down with certain behavior of yours, which is very common, which is something you will obviously do in your day to day life, and then
Yeah.
using it as a indicator, alarm, reminder for taking deep breaths. Another example can be every time you go to washroom and open the door, you know this one I read in, I think, the surrender experiment, that every time you are touching the knob,
Hmm.
you remind yourself to take deep breaths.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And I think similar to that, if you can, again, it includes self observation. If you know what part of the day or what kind of situation makes you more restless throughout the day, you can then pick different reminders for that. Like if you know that whenever you talk to any particular senior of yours in the office, you get very restless and you want to slow down, you can create a reminder for yourself during that particular situation, that while you are in it, you can slow down. And it is not rocket science, it's just that it appears so, but it really is the magic of breath. You have to trust it, that it will lead you to the slowness. So yeah, so that's my tip for slowing
Hmm.
down.
Beautiful, beautiful. I have a very similar process of slowing down, and
Oh, is it
I
nice?
yeah, I think I have been practicing it for years now, and uh, is that is to use different anchors in our daily life, which you call behavior, and to use them as the moment to pause and just take some deep breaths, and just sometimes just taking 30 seconds, just 30 seconds
Yeah.
works like magic. And yeah, I remember what I used to do when I used when, although right now where I'm living there are no traffic lights, but when I was living in NCR and when I would be driving and when there would be a traffic light, it was a red light. So as it was showing seconds, I would be whenever we the whenever I had to wait on the red light, I would just breathe.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was again that also became fun for me, and I would never mind stopping on the red light.
Wonderful. And another thing is like some people, again, their rational mind gets very activated. Okay, 30 second now I'll have to put the timer and all. No, nothing. Just use your fingers. Like five deep breaths. Begin with this. One, two,
Mm,
three, four, five. That also works very well. So, that is the thing, if you get clear on your why, if you deeply understand how much you not slowing down is costing you your peace, and you commit to take actions, because a lot of us know our whys still don't take action. But if you really really commit to being accountable and taking the action, then you can mold any anchor in the way which fits in your schedule or in your day to day behaviors. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I think the process may will mostly look different for everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
But what will be always common is that you have to come to your body or your breath.
yeah. Destination is always same.
Destination is the same. One of the tools which has also worked very effectively for me is Yoga Nidra. If I am feeling too much aroused in my nervous system, I always use Yoga Nidra. If I haven't had proper sleep, that's also when I do not feel that much calm or focused. So that time I also use Yoga Nidra.
Yeah,
And also I think when I am working or when I'm in a session with my client, that time also I think before the session I make sure that I take some time, 5-10 minutes at least, where I am just breathing deeply and setting intentions for the session, thinking about my client, and just slowing down. That is also my preparation for a session, because if I am calm and relaxed, if I am slowed down, then they, even if they are very much aroused or in whatever state they are, they also start relaxing.
yeah, yeah. This slowing down energy is indeed contagious. It's like you can contain the other person's overwhelm in a way that makes them wonder, oh, wait, what just happened? And yeah,
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is it for today. Or do you have anything else to add about how to prioritize joy and ease in life?
One thing is how to prioritize joy and ease in life is also understanding the importance of play.
Mm.
Uh,
Taking things fun.
taking things for fun, and also just doing so many times, yeah, just doing not like finding things which bring you joy without any purpose.
Okay.
Or even making a list of things which bring you joy, which makes you happy, and just doing them. So that also, I think, works very effectively, because then you are neurologically training your mind uh, to look or do activities which bring you more joy. Because I think play is uh, play, if you are in a playful mode, or if you are being playful also, it is easy to find joy.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. That is important. Playfulness leads to ease and joy because you are now being your child self. The adult in you who was very critical or hyperactive, that just simmers down somewhere, and the child in you comes ahead, and yeah, so that helps.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, if you're very logical and rational, then eh, to understand the scientific perspective on plays also will can help you, because now there are so many researches out there
Mm,
which
yeah.
see that play is not never for no purpose. Play has a purpose, and even if you see animals, they are also playing a lot.
Mm,
If you see puppies, they are
yeah.
always playing, always doing something, and biting each other, and that's the form of play. And even as adults also they play, I think, but they start playing less. But there are a lot of things on an evolutionary level that they learn, or a survival level,
Mm,
which they learn just by being playful. Also, I think in humans, when we are more playful and we are learning something, we learn faster.
yeah, takes us back to the school days whenever there were one or two favorite teachers because they used to make the studies very fun, be it the boring history or whatever.
Oh yes.
It's like that. I just remembered one point which I want to add before we wind up. You know, and I think it is again coming from my own personal journey. Understanding that whatever success, whatever goals, whatever kind of big ambition, whatever that is which you want to achieve in life, it can be achieved with joy and ease. It's not that when you start prioritizing joy and ease, your goals size has to,
Hmm.
become smaller or something like that. If anything, they become even more grand,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you start understanding that when you are operating with joy and ease, you are in that flowy state. You start experiencing the limitlessness of life. So whatever goals you set for yourself, they become redundant, that so tiny.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is why it's very important to understand, especially for goal driven people or the people who love to chase a success, that success as in materialistic success particularly. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to shrink down your goals just
Yeah.
because you are preferring, or we are discussing or putting heavy emphasis on ease and joy. That is not what we are meaning by here. If anything, we are people who love to have big dreams ourselves. So what we are saying here is, with love and ease and joy and fun, things like that, literally even sky is not the limit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I feel when you are coming from place of ease and joy, you are more effective. Whatever you do brings more results, and you need to work less to achieve results. And you also experience a lot of synchronicities if you are coming from a place of joy and love and ease. And yeah, the process also becomes more enjoyable. And you, yeah, again, you also get results also, I think, increases. Um, Yeah, and I think in the longer run, if you are coming from a place of ease and joy and you're slowing, taking enough pauses and slowing down, in the longer run, I think you will achieve more. You will achieve more material success, you will achieve more money, and you will, of course, you will have better relationships, which are, I think, more important than money and material, that fame and success.
yeah, I mean, that is the thing. Prioritizing joy and ease has multifold results, and I genuinely wish for everyone who are watching this right now or who will watch this later on in the recording, that I genuinely wish you get to taste that ease and joy in your life, at least for
Mm.
once. And you get to consciously register it. It's not that you have not experienced it, you did have. It's just that your conscious mind has not registered it, or if it has registered it, it has not given that kind of priority to it. So, yes, I
Yeah.
genuinely wish and hope for you to experience that joy and ease, and
Mm.
may your conscious mind registers it with highest priority, so
Mm.
that you can see that the life you are trying to create is not impossible, and it need not be done with so much of quote unquote struggle.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That is something very beautiful you just shared. And I also wish people the same to experience the joyfulness within and outside and see how much beautiful the life is. And yeah, you don't have to run, you don't have to get caught up in the prison of your own thoughts. And yeah, when you find that ease and joy, I think that's the greatest success.
Yeah, yeah. So, yes, we are at the end of the session. If any of the live viewers right now have any question for us, please, this is the time. Ask away. Any thought you want to share, share it.
I think Rowan asked one question in the beginning, that end of the process is realizing an outcome. and beginning of the process is committing to something, and then there is question mark, and I don't know what he meant. But if he is here, everyone, you're watching it right now, please, if you can
I
explain
think,
it me.
okay, I think he asked this question when I was saying that, what are trust and process in the phrase of trusting the process? What does
Hmm.
that process mean? I think that is when he shared that. So, yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, one way of looking at it is definitely this, that beginning is indeed
Sorry.
attached with any particular outcome or where you want to go. And then the ending of that process is when you have achieved it. So it's like full circle, and you know that the process is finished. The other way of looking at it can be, processes can be ongoing as well. There is no end or beginning to them.
Yeah, yeah. And there's so much I want to talk about process and trusting the process, but I think that could be the topic for our next live.
Sure, sure. We can have a dedicated live on the same.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting process. Process? No, it's gonna be an interesting topic. Wonderful. Okay. No questions or no sharing so far. So I think this is it, Ashutosh, for today.
Yeah. This is it.
Uh,
And
when are we meeting next? Are we meeting on Friday?
it looks very difficult for me. So, hmm.
Okay, by the way, just for the information, guys, Ashutosh's man retreat is beginning from Saturday, 15th of Feb. That is why he will be busy on Friday. Yay! Wish you very, very, very best for the retreat. I already know how wonderful it's gonna be, and you know that I know. So still, uh, very best for this retreat and all the other facilitators along with you who are making something like this possible. Rooting for you all.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I am also very excited about the retreat. Yeah, I just will want to talk about it in later with you. Yeah, so Raj is asking next Friday.
Let's see. We'll announce a day before if
Hmm.
any of the day works for Ashutosh next week. We
Hmm.
can do it then also. So yeah.
Okay, that's it from our side, and we wish that you find joy and ease in your life, and you finally understand that life is not that hard and it can be easy.
Yay. Take care, guys. See you in the next live. Bye bye.
Bye.